What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Chosen One. Um, Today is gonna be, kind of a, video where I get into my personal life and what I could do to change it. Now, before we get into that, make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all comment. The comment of the day. Let's see. What would you do if you could change something in your life or in a different life? Make sure you keep the post notifications on too. Well, I'm gonna explain this to you guys. When I was a kid, about little young, I didn't really know the way of life. And really, it's what guided me the wrong direction. And nowadays, everyone wants to be cool. Everyone wants to, And if y'all don't want to listen to me, that's cool. You all can skip the video, go to a new one. But a lot of people nowadays, they want to be cool. They want to impress. Now, I'm going to tell you something. The thing my parents always taught me as a kid is to be grateful for what you have, because there are kids out there that don't have shit, and it's sad, but it's the truth. I guess the way that really helped me in my life was, number one, God. That's the number one person that helped me in life. He's still helping me, and he's still working on me. There's obviously things in your life that have to be changed, and as a person, that's gonna be the person you're gonna be. You're gonna find ways, and you're gonna find different things of changing, and that just comes with living. I guess my past experiences were, getting in trouble, getting in fights, and led me into the system. And I know I shouldn't be telling y'all this, but it's my life. It's my desire to tell you all, so you guys are not in that predicament. Now, I was a trouble kid, and that's not to be, ooh, scare me. No, it's not to scare y'all. It's for you guys to realize that, obey your parents. Be willing to obey your parents, because they are going to be the ones that are going to be with you, not your friends. And yeah, some of your friends will. But then again, that comes with your friends coming and going, my issues, I'll say prior, my issues were as a person, putting my friends first and not realizing my family, not realizing my family was there for me at the time of being. And, I misled them, misguided them, and it really put me in a dark place. I actually ended up moving to New York, and it was nice there. I can't say it wasn't, but it's the fact of trying to figure out your own way and how to figure out how to live your own life. As a 19-year-old, I was lost. I didn't know where to go. I mean, I knew the basics of, being an adult, but my issue was figuring out how to become an adult and how to, put it in a bigger perspective, And I think that's what a lot of people struggle with nowadays, is they're so interested in, having friends. And there's nothing wrong with that. But, when it comes to your family and God, it's gonna be your best friend. And so, like, I get in trouble, when it comes to the system, like the, juvenile system, I got a record when it comes to that. Thank God, and I thank my God that, it didn't lead to anything, to where I'm suffering right now as being 19 years old in the society of this world, being an adult. Because, a lot of kids now, they do some crazy stuff. And what do I mean? What do I mean by crazy? I mean, they get affiliated. They get affiliated. They get into fights, and it's all normal. Well, not the affiliation part, but getting into fights is all normal about being, a kid. I remember my first fight. It's crazy because I think of it, and it's crazy too because, like, a lot of people say, their first fight, they win. It's not the case always. So if you got a friend that says, oh yeah, when I got into my first fight, I won. It's not always the case, y'all. Because I remember when I got into my first fight, y'all can't see my face and y'all will never see my face, but it was unrecognizable. I could not even see. That's how bad my first fight was. And I'm not saying y'all should, start sparring and doing all of that and getting into fights. And that's why there's programs for that. And it was scary, my first fight, I almost was in the hospital. And it's crazy to say as a 19-year-old, like, I really learned on what fights I should pick and what fights I shouldn't. And I've always told my family this. If anyone ever gives them a problem, it's not gonna be, where I'm like, whatever. No, I'm gonna track down that person, and that person is not gonna be, in the right hands with me. And, I'm a godly person, I don't really resolve into violence anymore. But when it comes to God, and when it comes to family, I kind of put God aside for a minute. And I think about my family and myself. Because if you're going to have someone try to destroy your family, you better not be the type of person to just back up and be like, oh, I'm not going to do nothing. Because if you are that type of person, I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to criticize you. But I am here to tell you that stick up for your family members, because, especially your parents. Because there's going to be a day in your life where you're not going to have them. They're going to be gone. We don't live forever. And I wish that was the case. But it's all a purpose, like the integrity and all that. Protect your family, because you never know when you're going to lose them. And that's like the biggest thing. When I was 13, I was, walking, me and my homie minding our own business. And there's some things I cannot say, and there's some things I can say, and there's some questions I cannot answer, and there are some questions I can answer. This story I'm about to tell, I don't want anyone in the comments asking of anything. So, sorry. A couple years, like 13. When I was 13, me and my homie, we chilling. And the next thing I know, these people come pressing up on us. And I'm like, yo, bro, what is this? I was confused. I didn't know what I was getting into. And the people said, oh, bro, we ain't here for you. But they still put me in his position because I was with him. So I'm looking at them. I'm like, so if you ain't here for me, the fuck are you doing with him? And they said that my friend owed them money. And I explained to them, what do you mean he owed you money? He wasn't ever about that type of life. And next thing I know, they beat the crap out of him. Almost killed him. And now, I mean, he died. He's dead now, but it's not the fact. The fact of it is you have to be careful who you surround yourself with, because if you're not, you could be in my position where you had no clue what the hell was going on. And now you lost somebody that you thought you knew, and you didn't know that person. That person was just an image. You understand what I'm trying to say, y'all? Like, what the person obviously was real, he was your friend, but you didn't know him like you thought you knew him. The moral of the story of what I'm saying is, make sure you are careful with who you surround yourself with, because I tell you this much, it's not fun to be in that position, in that predicament. And so this is gonna wrap up the video, y'all. If you enjoy it, please like, subscribe, comment, and comment again. What would you change in your life if you could change? Thank y'all. We out.